Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Kigali, Rwanda. This is the FIBA AfroBasket. It is day number 4, game day 2, Group D, and we're watching Mali against Cote d'Ivoire. Here's what's happened so far today. Uganda winning big over Cameroon. Nigeria pulling away from Kenya. And after this game, it'll be South Sudan's first game against Senegal. South Sudan making history tonight when they play in the FIBA AfroBasket for the first time. Nigeria up at the top of Group D, followed by Cote d'Ivoire, who, Cote d'Ivoire beat Kenya in their first game, and Mali were beaten by Nigeria in their opener. So it's our pleasure to have you with us. I'm Jeff Taylor, joined by Graham Hiscock, and Graham is going to provide all of the astute analysis that we've been getting during this AfroBasket. Graham, take it away.
Yeah, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. It's going to be a big game, this one, Mali versus Cote d'Ivoire. They last met in AfroBasket in 2017, and a massive win for Mali there, 92-63. Be interesting to see how this goes. Cote d'Ivoire beating Kenya by 18 in the first game, 88-70. Stephen Konate, 12 points, but Matt Costello in the end, 20 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists. He's been a huge addition to this team. And as for...
Not just in terms of height, but in terms of contribution.
Absolutely. Missed a couple of dunks. I want to see him flush one tonight. If he's going to go for it, let's make the dunk, let's make the big play. 20 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists for him. But they got plenty of guys that contributed. Everybody scored who played. Professor Fofana, 13 points, and the huge block, 8 rebounds, 2 steals. And Stephen Konate, I'll say 12 points at 40 years old, still one of the top players in this group. Jean-Francois Kebe, 9.6 assists as well in the win over Kenya.
And for Mali, of course, they had a very interesting game against Nigeria. I mean, they started as if we were looking at each other like, why did they even bother coming? Because they were terrible. But then they fell behind by, I think it was 20 points, 19 points. Stormed back, pulled to within 1 point at halftime and really made a game of it. And Nigeria then came out strong in the third quarter and really kind of established themselves and pulled away for a big win. But there's some talent in that Mali team.
Yeah, complete talent and great hustle to get back from a big deficit. Half-time came at the wrong time for them. By the time they came back out in the third, it wasn't quite the same impetus. But this team with Ibrahim Jambo, 18 points, 6'10", can shoot from the outside, just 1 of 5, 7 of 8 from free throws, 4 of 11 from 2. Still a big part of this team. And Diaruma and Mamadou Keita, 11 points apiece, along with Sirim and Kanute. So plenty of firepower and massive game for Mali. They are in a must-win situation.
Now, it's been almost 4 years since they played at the AfroBasket last time, 2017. Back on September 10th, 2017, what happened when Mali played Cote d'Ivoire?
Well, Mali won very, very big, 92-63. Is it going to be the same kind of score? I can't see that. This is going to be a much, much closer game tonight.
Okay, we're going to have a pause for the national anthems.
And now, Mali national anthem, Le Mali. Thank you. And ladies and gentlemen,
well, you can just look in the eyes of those players as they sang or remained quiet but stoic, how important it is for them to be here today playing for their countries. Tonton Banza Kalume from the Democratic Republic of Congo, Wojciech Liszka from Poland, and Same Estefanos from Egypt, refereeing today's game. Good to see Wojciech there after doing the game last night. Seemed a bit tired after it was all over. That was a long game between Egypt and Tunisia. And I'll just say this real quick. Stefan Konate, Solo Diabate, Guieri, Cedric Ba, and Matt Costello in the starting five for Cote d'Ivoire.
Yeah, Matt Costello leading the stats. 20 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists in their win versus Kenya. But Cedric Bart, Guy Landry, Edie Bean in and around his national team for many years. Suleiman Diabate, really tough player. 4 points, 9 assists for him. 24 assists for them in that first game. That's really a big number. Just the 12 turnovers as well. So that's a real positive. And as for Mali, who won big the last time they met, Mamadou Kanouté.
Mamadou Kante.
Jambo, Ibrahim Jambo, top scorer, 18 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists. Papa Dandina, both of those played at AfroBasket 2017 as well. Benke Deruma and Boubacar Sadibi. I think it's going to be a really close matchup, Jeff. There's a Cote d'Ivoire leading in some stats, but Boubacar Kanouté, he'll want to bounce back from their loss versus Nigeria and lead this team to their first victory. It really is a very big requirement they get a positive result, because Cote d'Ivoire, dangerous team, as they showed against Kenya. And they are obviously a big win for them. Mali struggling against the Nigerians in the end.
And of course, we also saw Coach Ignacio Lefcano Moya of Cote d'Ivoire, who now is given his final instructions to his players before they head out to the court.
Okay, nothing. Then on, they're safe. Our stuff, regular. Okay, let's go man to man. Watch out with the pick and roll defense. You can switch anytime. Okay, don't forget back.
So Mali and Cote d'Ivoire getting ready to take on each other, go up against each other. Mali in the white today and Cote d'Ivoire in their classic orange and green. Les éléphants.
Yeah, it's really important, Jeff, for Mali. They get off to a quick start. They were blown away by Nigeria in that first 6-7 minutes or so of the first quarter before they recovered. Really well to be just a 1-point deficit at half-time. They can't let that happen again. Can't let Costello get his feet set for his shooting. He's a smart player, will move without the ball. Kanate is all energy, all smiles yet again. What a gentleman he is. And Guy Eddie, tough player for Cote d'Ivoire, but Mali just got to come out fighting. Use Jambo. He is a key weapon, can knock the 3 down, can go inside as well.
Well, there's one thing that's for sure. Most of these guys know each other very well, so there won't be too many secrets, but maybe Matt Costello is an X factor in all of this that Mali are going to have to deal with. Well, hello everybody, and right on 6 p.m. here in wonderful Kigali, Rwanda, where we're having the AfroBasket, excuse me. We are underway between Mali and Cote d'Ivoire. Cote d'Ivoire losing the tip, but now they've got the basketball and attacking the basket to the left. On your screen, Solo Diabate. Took a long time for Cote d'Ivoire to really get on top of Kenya the other night, but they finally did. And we fully expect a struggle today against Mali as well. This one, well, any team can win it.
I think this is a really close matchup.
Ball with the pump fake. Out to Costello, who lets it fly, and nothing but the bottom of the net for Costello.
Great release, hand in his face, but he's got a high release and drains the three from the corner.
Drive and not successful for Mali, so Cote d'Ivoire again bring it the other way. That was Tandina that missed. Diabate.
Mali are just getting hit early again. A couple of big punches in the mouth. Huge threes from exactly the same spot from Costello and then Diabate.
Yeah, they might want to guard that one spot on the court a little bit closer next time. Tandina, air ball from him. Diaruma got the rebound, and Jambo puts it up and in. With a name like Jambo, you know what he should be doing. He should be jamming at home. You're not even going to respond, buddy.
I'm just thinking about something suitable.
I wish they would fix that net. That bothers me seeing it.
Yeah, especially with the...
Yeah, it goes up. Right, thanks, Guy. And referees call a foul here. Or do they? Yes, they do. A push. So here's Solo Diabate hitting that three-pointer. And then Costello, even as a Malian, flew right into his face. So that was good concentration from Costello. And now the turnover allows Solo Diabate to go in for an easy layup.
This is not good viewing for Mali. Got to get into the game, get a foothold, take care of the basketball.
The one thing I think of when I see Solo Diabate play, I see the joy of basketball. You see that?
Yes, absolutely.
He enjoys it. Number 10. Quick pass, Tandina. And here he is, the joyful Diabate. Cuts into the middle. Costello puts it up and in.
He's looking a handful already. Matt Costello, 6'10", 2 meters 8. Same size as Jambo, but they're just made in a different kind of way.
I think he brings maybe more versatility to the lineup than what Deion Thompson did. Here is Jambo from the right, and putting it up and back and in is Diaruma. I mean, Deion Thompson is a good player, don't get me wrong, and contributed a lot to Cote d'Ivoire, helped them at the World Cup.
Yes, indeed, but Costello can play multiple positions. He's not a banger, he's not gonna, he'll do a job on the boards, but that's not his key sort of asset. He'll shoot the three and spread the floor.
He seems to be almost, for as tall as he is, he almost seems to be too smooth. Look at the steal by Solo Diabate as well, going in and getting it to, he goes out of the game now to catch his first breather.
Another offensive foul on the screen action away from the ball.
Konate, the veteran, takes a knock, speaking to his wife before the game. And here is Tandina. You see Konate Well, 42, how long is he going to play? That's the big question. Costello turns and Dioroma with the rebound. Conte feeds it down low to Sidibe. He goes up against Costello.
Yeah, Ivory Coast may need to be ready to help Costello on some of those post matchups, but they did just enough there to stop the score.
Sidibe again, short. Good box out by Ba. Kebe, bounce pass, Giedi, and Jambo is called for the foul.
Yeah, Jambo just not quite in the best defensive position. He's just sliding across.
Well, the referee, he went up for an explanation, and the referee said, because you lowered your arms.
He just needed to keep those arms straight, but he's trying to come over to help, but good play by Giedi, putting pressure on the interior defense of Mali.
There's Vafesa Fofana, who was, as you mentioned, a live act, a lively player in the first game against Kenya. Giedi makes 1 of 2. And Conte over there catching a breather, the veteran.
Yeah, smart move, manages minutes.
Oh boy, they're not going to get across midcourt. And that's it. 8-second violation.
Pretty
Good
basic
work.
pressure.
Yeah. Not good by Conte.
No, it's held onto the ball for too long. Jean-François Kebe, and then Matt Costello helping out on the trap. That's a soft turnover.
Zua's in the game, known for his shooting, as is this man. Costello, this time unsuccessful. Giedi saves it in bounds, but he triggers a break. Tandina over to Jambo, who floats in. Kebe now sprints ahead. Oh, falls down, but is able to get a pass over to Zazua. And Giedi goes, and then Costello gets in there, mixes it up, and scores.
Yeah, great job by Matt Costello. All action in this opening sequence for Cote d'Ivoire. Offensive rebound and puts it in amongst all the trees of Mali.
Conte drives in, tough move. He's got to make that shot. Jambo, and Costello again comes down with the rebound. Zazua now has the ball in a 3-on-2 break, gets Giedi from the left corner. Another three. That left corner has been absolutely money in the bank for Cote d'Ivoire.
Yeah, that's beautiful play, drained from the corner. 3 different players, as you say. The latest is Giedi. He was 1 from 2 from behind the arc, game day 1, and that was nothing but net. Jambo running at him too late, forcing the timeout for Mali.
Well, they can't keep digging themselves early holes. Mali, it's not a way to play a basketball game. Right now, it is a 12-point deficit. So the coach called timeout. Let's listen in.
Non, non, c'est ça. On joue 4. Ouais, 4. On joue 4. Voilà. On joue large. On joue 4 large. Voilà. Ah, comment? Carrément. Abou, Cathy. Diamo, tu joues 5. Tu joues 4.
Well, Mali struggling again, similar to the Nigeria game. Even though they went on a huge run to drag it back, they're going to need to do the same here. 7 points for Matt Costello, looking smooth and affecting the game from outside here. Great high release. He doesn't take long to get the shot off, then attacks and finishes left-hand reverse. That's nice. He's an organised player, is how I'd describe young Matt Costello, and a gentleman from when we spoke to him. As everyone has been very accessible, coaches, players. It's been a great tournament.
Pamba's checked into the game and picks up the foul. The Cote d'Ivoire number 6. Kanute is checked in the game, and so has that man. Mali's number 12, Koulibaly.
Koulibaly, left-hand jump hook. Just a one-on-one situation, no help. Nice move.
Here's another look at the foul. Coming off the bench, picks up his first foul. Kebe now going to inbound the basketball. Professor Fofana back in the game now, or into the game, and he finds Pamba, who scores the layup.
Yeah, that's just too simple there. Pass from the outside, just right under the basket, easy score.
Sermon Kanute, good three-pointer for the young Malian guard.
Great shot. Just a couple of dribbles, steps into his shot and drains it.
Pamba shot clock down to 5. Oh, it goes past the defender, but doesn't score. And then Sermon Kanute, a little bit out of control on the drive. Not sure what he was trying to do there. Kamara picks up the ball, gets it back outside to Tandina.
Yeah, Tandina was opening the corner, but didn't get the pass off in that last Mali play.
Remember, Kamara is a good three-point shooter if they can get him some space. Here's Koulibaly. He's not shy about putting it up. And good work by Jambo to get the rebound and draw the foul.
A bit of a wild shot from Koulibaly, just hit the backboard, but Jambo in amongst the Cote d'Ivoire defense, getting an extra possession for his team. And
so Costello gets a breather here late in the, well, with just under 3 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Kouassi's checked in, number 15. Kanute is a bright talent, there's no doubt about it. He's still got a lot to learn. Here he goes. Pamba. Oh, wow, he's had a great start, hasn't he?
yeah, Brian Pamba, a couple of dribbles between the legs, and just pulls up and knocks down the three. Very impressive, Brian Pamba.
Kamara looking for some space as Professor Fofana gets on him, steps back behind the arc. And now up ahead to Fofana. 2 more points for Les Elephants.
Not a well judged shot there by Mali, leading to the easy transition basket.
Wow. Sermon Kanute certainly not lacking confidence. A couple of long threes.
That was exactly what Mali needed. Just keep them in touch.
Kouassi hands it off to Fofana. Now Koulibaly. It seems like the strength for Kanute would be his ball handling and penetration, as well as his defense. But yeah, so to see him hit those 3-pointers, it's encouraging.
It is, but he's got to take care of the ball there.
Yeah.
Again, on the sideline, And just
that just can't happen at the point guard.
He almost threw it. He almost sort of threw it away. So it's something he's really got to work on. He did have a tough, really tough game against Nigeria. They were all over him.
Yeah, that was kind of a rough AfroBasket baptism. Oh boy, good try from the alley-oop pass to Konate.
Diabate just having a little smile.
Joyful.
Or a wince.
Here he goes. Konate hands it off, much better. That's what he's good at.
Yeah. Just attacking the basket. Defense comes to the ball and he dumps it off. Nice play.
Solo Diabate, nope. Oh, he banked it in. What time is it? 6:16, and he banks it in. I guess it's open.
Late night banking in Kigali. It's all happening.
Diabate's had a high-scoring first quarter himself. And that's where, again, another turnover for the young.
Yeah. Wow.
Nice play by Konate.
He is lightning, young Konate.
They've almost doubled them up on the scores, 27-14.
Big trouble in Kigali for Mali.
Canada took that shot too early.
Yeah.
Cote d'Ivoire with a chance now for a basket to end the quarter. And they are denied.
Zazua got caught up in amongst the Malian defense there, but you're right, Jeff, the shot was ill-advised too early. And Cote d'Ivoire just run out of time at the end of the first quarter.
So look at Kanute and then watch his reaction. Oh, look at that.
Fantastic.
Gets him on the backside. Nice one, Sirman. Learn your lessons. Cote d'Ivoire lead it 27-14 over Mali.
Yeah, really dominant start for Cote d'Ivoire. 7 of 13 from 2, 4 of 6 from 3, and just 2 of 6 and 4 of 14 for Mali from 3 and from 2-point range. It's a similar situation they were in against Nigeria. Are they going to come back like they did in their game day 1 encounter with the Nigerians? So let's see some of the highlights. Jambo getting to his spot. We know he can hit the 3, but I'd really like him closer to the basket. And there's Sirman Kanute, excuse me, not Sirman Kanute. Kante. Just
he can't do that.
He can't do that against this kind of team. Then Costello, left-hand reverse layup. Nice play by Koulibaly. And Brian Pamba inside again. Fofana makes the pass in midair. All the defense is on the wrong side. Easy finish. And then the drag back dribble off the glass. Diabate. We love
the reaction.
That's great. And well, he's turned Sirman inside out.
I think they know each other from France, which is why this happens. Whap!
All good fun.
Well, right now I have to say Cote d'Ivoire are giving Mali a spanking. So that was pretty symbolic, but the young man has just won the latest battle.
Yeah. Again, Kanute's trying to take him off the dribble, and Diabate's just not going to let him do that. Got to find other ways to be effective here, young Sirman Kanute. Nice spin. He got caught mid-decision. He just wasn't sure. I think he was going to throw the alley-oop, and then the ball just stuck.
He will earn that, but he needs to, as the point guard of the national team, he needs to make that play now.
Sure.
Well, we don't need to make excuses for it.
No. Well, the defense, there was 2 defenders with the guy that he's trying to pass to, pull up, little jump shot, a little floater. But he will learn. He needs to learn quick, though, because they need him playing at a high level.
Yeah, or they might not get to the next round. Here we go. Turnover, good defense. being played by Mali's Sissouma. Not sure we saw much of him the other day.
Just 19 minutes in the game versus Kenya.
It's interesting, on his jersey he spells Sissouma with a C, but on the scoreboard and on the roster it's with an S, Sissouma, at the beginning. Anyway, here we go, Diaruma. Oh, Diaruma, just go for a jump hook.
Yeah, they're off balance again. Cote d'Ivoire playing good defense. Jacques Willy Kouassi doing enough.
Konate. Solo Diabate. He's playing great. I mean, he penetrates. He knows exactly who he's throwing to. Foul on Mali. Look at this.
Yeah, he feels the contact, just throws it up.
Kouassi goes up and gets it.
Foul on Kanute.
Sirman Kanute giving the thumbs up to Wojciech Liszka. You gotta like that. After asking the question, I don't think Wojciech gave him a response. No. So he's just kind of feeling his way into this, isn't he, Sirman? He's like, is it okay if I ask a question?
Yes.
Here he is. Remember, he was in that Mali team that reached the final of the FIBA Under-19 Basketball World Cup. Here he is, third three. Well, does he need to do anything else? Just shoot the three ball. Sirman Kanute with 3 threes.
Just keep going to what you're doing well. And his three leads to some good D.
He's leading the scoring. Without him, there is no scoring for this Mali team, to be honest.
He's up to 9 points, 3 of 5 from the field, 2 assists. His turnovers are his issue.
Yeah, you're right. So Cote d'Ivoire retained possession on this one, and then the mistake, they allow the inbounds pass underneath the basket, and then the foul is committed.
Yeah, breakdown in communication on the D, on their inbounds. By the time they'd reacted, it was too late. Yeah, 3 turnovers for Sirman Kanute already. Just needs to tighten up that aspect of his game.
Everything in threes. Does he have 3 assists as well? He's got 3 3-pointers, 3 turnovers.
2 assists.
Anything else with a 3 there?
3 of 5 from the field.
There you go. It's all about threes.
Well, if he just keeps throwing it up like that and they keep going in, keep going back to it. Let's see what he can do here.
So in the Kigali Arena, Mali trailing 31-17, but Sirman Kanute, well, we're seeing the good, the bad, and the ugly. And here he is in the right corner. Get him the ball. He's hit 3 threes. Oh, no. You just go ahead and shoot it, Koulibaly. Actually, he's had a couple of good moves down low.
Yeah. Really strong. That was jump hook off the glass. The other one was just dropping it over the top of the front of the hoop. So he's doing well.
6 points for Koulibaly. Zazua. This is Kanute, the other Kanute. He lets it fly. Good hustle from Diaruma. Kanate. Did a good job of slowing down Kanute, and that's where Kanute thinks he's going to get bailed out by a foul. That's not going to happen.
Good defense by Abdul Koulibaly. Excuse me.
Oh, no look pass, Solo Diabate. He is a magician.
Beautiful no-look pass for Fofana to finish.
And the dump. Oh, nice handoff from Diaruma. Good hustle. Oh, he gets swatted out of bounds. Kouassi always swats at least one shot. And I'm afraid that was it for Diaruma.
Yeah, great block. This was a beautiful pass. Just waiting on the baseline. In between the defense, beautiful pass. Looking into the corner, the defense reacts to that area of the court.
Here he is, Canute, much better. He knew he was going in for a little runner.
Yeah, nice play.
As opposed to being indecisive.
Yep, just needs to play on instinct.
It's back to a 12-point game now. This is what I find with Cote d'Ivoire. They often get on top of teams, but they don't really put them away. Guilletti from the arc. And Conte rebounds it, gets it up to Canute. Seremon Canute over to Koulibaly. He can hit it, and he does. And we got single digits all of a sudden. 9 is fine, forcing Ignacio Lescano Moya, the Cote d'Ivoire coach, to call a timeout. Here it is again, Koulibaly.
Yeah, a little jab step just to get the defense off him. And he drains the three. A good sequence for Mali. They're back in this.
Graham, Seremon Canute and Koulibaly have combined to score 20 of the team's 24 points. That is a 1-2 punch.
Yeah, they're looking really good. Koulibaly and Canute.
Okay, no offensive foul in the pick. So wait the pick and then attack, pass to Matt, and you open here. Okay? Okay, there you go. Hey, number 4, he is already 13 points. Okay? Deny, but don't overplay. Okay? There you go. I'll help with this guy. Hey, go set. Go set. There you go.
Yeah, Cote d'Ivoire forced into a timeout there. Mali's surging good play. 40% from the three-point line now, Mali. And some great play from Canute. And Koulibaly, that's Diabate, 9 points, sitting down now.
Kebe back into Costello. See if this kind of steadies the ship. Oh boy, that was abuse.
That's a pro move right there. That's beautiful.
Canute.
That's a quick response. Too quick, especially if Cote d'Ivoire can get the score now.
And the drive and enter Costello, and all of a sudden everything changes.
It's a little bit like the Michael Roll factor with Tunisia sometimes. When they need a spark, Coach Baumann will get Roll in, and Costello's done something similar right there.
Canute denied again. Well, he's attacking, but he's not having any success. Alley-oop pass to Costello.
Well, that's like it for Matt Costello. Perfect pass, and he timed his jump to perfection, which was the key for the two-hand throwdown. Highlight play right there, Jeff.
I think there's a good chance it'll be on there.
With your commentary, hopefully.
Koulibaly. Good attempt. And oh boy, Cardinal sin.
Yeah.
Never inbound the basketball under the other team's basket. Costello knows.
Yeah, I mean, good hustle to save it, but Ivory Coast players around him, Cote d'Ivoire, didn't react in time. Heads up play from Diarama.
That's hung up on the rim again. Let's see if that helps Cote d'Ivoire. Guilletti. Over to Konate. There you go, that fixes it. Then he blows a kiss to his wife.
Yeah.
Points to her.
That's wonderful play. Great ball movement and spacing. And Konate drains the three ball.
Every three for you, my love. There you go.
Oh dear. They're just driving
Konate.
into the defense, Jeff.
Yeah. Now quickly, Konate. A little bit too much for him on that occasion. Now a chance to go from Mali. 2-on-2. Conte back to Koulibaly. Take it. Oh, nice. Oh, decided not to go up with it. He had the shot, but nice handoff to Conte.
Yeah, Koulibaly could have taken that straight away.
Konate, short.
But look how quick Costello got up the floor to pick up any offensive rebound if it had come his way. Good hustle by the big man.
You take Serman Kanute out of the game, and you see it kind of unravels a little bit, doesn't it? But we were impressed by the play the other day of Mali's number 16, Keita. But he hasn't really gotten involved yet. And now Guilletti drills a three-pointer.
Guilletti loving it. Just no pressure on the outside shot, and he makes Mali pay. Yeah,
and now Guilletti with the steal. And look at this. Goodness me! Oh,
sugar.
Hopefully he's okay.
Wow.
That was just a little embarrassing perhaps, but I'm sure he'll be okay. Watch this.
Yeah, no one's getting
Two-handed jam. Look at this. Whoa! Boom!
He slipped off his hand slipped off the hoop. He just jogged in and all of a sudden explode. Great dunk, but then.
Oh. Look at Costello's alley-oop jam.
That's class. But it was made by the perfect pass, and he's run hard. He's got down the floor before the Mali defense. He's got his hand up there.
I may have given credit to Solo Diabate for that. If I did, I apologize. But I don't think I did. Kebe, give him credit.
Great pass. But, you know, if the big man's running hard, reward him.
Le jeu est très lent. Le jeu est très lent. Hein? Les meneurs, c'est pas. Mettez du rythme là. Hein? Il faut défendre. Et on joue 4. 4 devait marcher, on joue 4. Il y a Mani Karim. Tandina, à la place de Bar. Okay.
Mamadou Keita was the player from Mali against Nigeria that really played well in the second half.
Yeah.
He doesn't seem to be either imposing his play or seems a bit passive for some reason.
Well, the whole of that Mali team, apart from Serman Kanute, but they can't be relying on a young. He's very good, but they can't be relying on his offense that much.
Oh, Konate, don't sit on the camera, please. We need that.
Yeah, it's expensive kit.
Serman Kanute going to come back into the game. So Guilletti has gone out of the game and been replaced by Lionel Kouadio, who's just 19 years of age. So a hold is going to give the basketball back to Mali. This Cote d'Ivoire team seems a little too savvy or too experienced or something against this Mali outfit, which shouldn't be the case because there is plenty of experience in this Mali team.
They are giving the reins to Serman Kanute, but there's, as you say, plenty of guys that have played in previous AfroBaskets. Jambo, for one of them, played in that big win for Mali 4 years ago.
Tandina gets blocked by Zazua. There's the young man, and he's got some hops. You can see that, that's for sure.
Yeah, nice play by Lionel Kouadio.
And here he is getting the pass and then the follow by Koulibaly, and it doesn't work. And here's Mali and Cote, and great hustle back by Costello to get his hands up.
He gets up and down the court really quick, Costello.
Zazua again. Can't quite find the target this time. Will it be another one? Not this time. I'm okay with that, though, the way he shot it. But right now, it's a 21-point lead for Cote d'Ivoire. They are in command, having only just led by 9 points. They called the timeout, they put Costello back in, and all of a sudden they raced ahead by 21.
Yeah, he's definitely a difference maker for Cote d'Ivoire. But they've got great speed as well with the guards. Brian Pamba.
Zazua again, and Costello.
No one boxing him out. That 6-10 frame.
That was at the end of the shot clock, right? It seemed like the shot clock went off when the ball was in his hands, and it hadn't hit the rim. So I just wonder if that should have even counted.
Well, that would have been right on the shot clock. Drives into Costello and.
Well, it's gotten out of hand in the first half from Mali. We have seen them come back. We saw them come back once already in this game to get back to 9 points, so don't go anywhere. And we saw them come back against Nigeria as well, but it's a lot easier if you don't fall behind this much.
Yeah, and it started poorly for them. They it took them a while to get a score. They were behind very quickly, and they just weren't ready for the start of the game. And it's such an important game for them.
Well, Kenny coach Liz Mills just basically said we're going to beat Mali.
Well,
when they play, so
if Mali start like this against Kenya, you know, why not?
Here comes Keita now. Nope, doesn't get it off in time. So disappointing first half for the team in white with red numbers and letters and trim. And a good first half for the Elephants. Cote d'Ivoire on top, 49-28. Getting 15 points from Matt Costello. We're at halftime.
Here's the stats so far. Cote d'Ivoire 13 of 25 from 2, 6 of 11 from 3, 5 of 6 from the line. Big performance again by Matt Costello, leading scorer in game 1. There's the rebounds, 21-24 for Cote d'Ivoire. Assists +8 for Cote d'Ivoire, and Costello 15 points already, 9 for Diabate, 9 for Eddie. Good production all round for Cote d'Ivoire. 11 for Canute for Mali, 9 Koulibaly, 4 Diaruma. Here's some of the highlights. Jambo got things going for Mali. That sloppy ball handling by Amadou Conte, and Diabate just gobbles that steal up. Nice, almost fumbled it there, Costello, but no one at the other side of the hoop. Nice left-hand reverse. And Boubacar Sidibe with the finish there. Long range shot off the glass for Diabate. Dribble, step back. That's a tough move right in Sermon Kanute's face, and he hits the backboard. Gives the young man a slap on the backside to say, I got you there. And then Sermon Kanute is dangerous from behind the arc. Just quick handoff. Way downtown, just drains the three, and look at this. That was class. Great rhythm to this move. Couple of dribbles, body contact, Spin left, go right, finish left. And the help was coming as well, and that's great body shape on that move. He's polished player, and there's the alley-oop, and there's the dunk. Had a couple of problems with getting the dunks off in game one. No problem here. We had a little run on that, and he threw it down with authority. Smooth play from Matt Costello. And then Guilletti with a dunk all on his own, just jogged up. You thought he was just going to lay it up, and then he exploded, but his hand slipped on the rim. Let's hope his back's okay. That was a, oh my goodness, could have been worse. Let's hope he's okay. Okay, I'll say thank you for that, guys in the truck. It's half time here, 28-49. We'll be back shortly.
Gets it right back.
That is one heck of a play.
He puts it up. Oh, he hits a three. Are you kidding me? He banked it in. Pass up ahead to Gonçalves. Alley-oop. Oh, Gilson Mango runs the court, throws it down.
That is one heck of a dunk, way above the hoop.
A little too high for measure. He makes an extraordinary effort to save it in bounds. And then he gets it back. How about that? Incredible. That's got to be one of the plays of the day right there.
That is wonderful play.
Hayes, you got to box him out. Here goes Jimmy Jamrod by with a turnaround. And Jimmy Jamrod by experience, and he has been doing it all day long, folks. This is what he has done.
We have walked this land for a long time. We know how far we've gone, and we're sure of how far we can go. Unity is not just a word here. It's not just a spirit in this sport. It's the way we all move. We are proud of our art, country, family, language, and culture. We are united by basketball.
Welcome to FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup 2022.
Well, Costello has been as good as advertised today. 15 points, 6 of 7 inside the arc, 1 of 2 from three-point range, and it's really just kind of set the tone for this Cote d'Ivoire team today as they have raced into a 21-point lead. And he's done it everywhere as well. Outside, inside, hustle points, putbacks, spin moves. Just has a great feel for the game. So I'll get the alley-oop pass from Kebe here. And for Mali, well, the young man, the 19-year-old Serman Kanute, who dazzled at youth level, and here he is getting a chance to play big minutes. You can see he's 3 of 5 from three-point range, 11 points. Still got a lot of things to iron out in his game, but you know, the hope is that by getting this experience with the senior team, he will get better, and we would anticipate seeing him a lot more for Mali, not only in this AfroBasket, but also when they play in the World Cup qualifiers. This is where he did well with the runner. He pretty much knew. So at halftime, once again, it's Cote d'Ivoire on top, 49-28 over Mali.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Kigali Arena in Rwanda. It is the 60th anniversary of AfroBasket. And what a great tournament it's been so far. Cote d'Ivoire leading players, and the leaders of those leaders. Overall, Matt Costello, 15.6 rebounds. So follow-up is 20 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists on game day 1 in the win over Kenya. So really consistent play from Costello. Game leaders for Mali, Kanute 11 points, Diorama 8 rebounds, and Kanute 3 assists. But Kanute needs to tidy up his turnovers. Young player, played at the World Cup. One of the Mali are doing so well at junior level, men and women. Future is bright for them. Koulibaly 9 points, Diorama's 8 rebounds, and Kanute's 3 assists. So young Kanute really leading the team. They need some other players to step up. Maybe Ivory Coast, Cote d'Ivoire have remembered that battering that Mali gave Cote d'Ivoire back in 2017, a big margin. Maybe they've got that in mind and they really want to show Mali that they are in the ascendancy now in 2021, but we shall see how things go, and that is Canute. Suleiman Canute, 11 points, 3 assists, 3 turnovers, 1 steal, plus minus of 3, and efficiency of 7 when he's on the floor. There's a poor start again from Mali, similar to how they played against Nigeria, even though Nigeria did shoot an unbelievable percentage in that first quarter. They just haven't had a sharp start, and they're always trying to chase the game. Losing the first quarter 14-27 and then 14-22 in the second, to be down 28-49 to Cote d'Ivoire. Mali losing their first game. This is a must-win situation as we see the Cote d'Ivoire coach.
Well, they don't want to go into that game against Kenya needing a win to advance to the classification for the quarterfinals.
No, I think Kenya a little bit unpredictable. You don't know what you're going to get in the complete package for 40 minutes. So if Kenya hit the right buttons, get the right guys playing, if Ongwai and Adera really fire, and maybe even fire together, plus the other pieces in place, the right players on the floor, they could be a real handful. So Mali have somehow, in the first 5 minutes of this quarter, have got to make this competitive. But it is tough. And let's listen to the coach.
He's scoring. Okay, don't let him receive easy. Okay, and watch out the staggers. Watch out the staggers. This last one can help me a little bit more easy. Okay, make this stagger for the point really pressure here. Okay, watch out with the lefty. Okay, then rebound, run, up, 5 on 5.
No.
So Cote d'Ivoire in a very good position right now, heading into their, if they can close this thing out, up 21 points, imagine, thinking about the possibilities, I mean, they will be putting everything into getting ready for the next game against Nigeria, if they can go on and win this game, because they will know that how important it is not to have to play that classification game, both in terms of rest, but also in terms of avoiding the difficulty, the possibility of, well, you have to win the game. So third quarter action underway. Mali having to overcome a big deficit here. Well, all they have to do is hit 7 3-pointers and they'll be fine. They'll be tied.
Suleiman Canute was knocking down the threes, filling up that part of the stat sheet in the first quarter. He just needs to make a few more, but Jambo needs to get more involved. And there's players on this roster that played in that big 2017 win.
Oh,
and that's
telegraphed the pass to Fofana. Suleiman Canute has to know he can't make that pass.
There's too much of a distance across the court there, and the player who's receiving the ball has to do a cut towards the ball. You can't just wait for it to come to you. You've got to do some sort of banana cut, or at least a hard cut towards the ball. And Jambo was a little bit static. Great anticipation by Professor Fofana. Played for Cholet, of course, in the Basketball Champions League.
Here's Koulibaly, spins, puts it up, and he's definitely got some potential, Koulibaly. Fofana, Costello passes it back outside to Kebe. Costello goes up and gets the basketball.
That's a painful looking forward.
That was,
on his
wasn't
elbow.
it?
Yeah. Getting after it, no one boxing him out.
It's good because, that rubs off on your teammates when they see you doing that.
I mean, and he's potentially their best player, and he's getting after it.
Right elbow. Shoots right-handed. He's had a couple of falls. Guietti, hopefully he'll come back into the game soon, just so we know about him, because everybody was asking about him at halftime after he dunked and fell awkwardly on his back. Fofana missed everything, and Canute just lost control, and Costello takes advantage. Back to Kebe for three. So this is where, as a point guard, he's thrown the ball away right at the start of the second half, and now he's just lost his dribble, and it's led to a three-pointer. That's 5 points. They'll never get back.
Great play by Costello, good patience. Looks inside first and then kicked it out to Kebe. But that's where he is good. That's fine. Scoring, slashing to the basket, attacking the seam, speed. It's just that IQ and that it's basic concentration. Just staying focused the whole time, and that's.
Yes, no, you say it.
Just showing that shot again off the pass from Costello.
That it was whether it was a 2 or a 3. Canute, he's going to drive to the basket like that. He needs other people crashing the boards there for the rebound, so you can't necessarily fault him for that, but the shot didn't look like it had much of a chance of going in.
Yeah, they gave it as a 2, Kebe's shot.
Okay. So that video confirmed it. Ba tries. Oh, can you believe it? That went off of.
Costello tipped it well.
I think that
whichever, yeah.
It'll probably go to it'll be Costello's points. Closest man. And offensive foul on Diaruma.
This is really unfortunate for Mali. Such a big game. We talked pre-game that it would be a close contest, and it's been far from it. And
okay, so I can't tell if it went, if he got it, I can't tell if he got it or not. So Costello does get the 2 points.
Yeah, he's closest Cote d'Ivoire player.
He's been involved with everything, hasn't he?
Yeah, inside and outside.
Here he is driving, putting it up and in.
Beautiful reverse layup.
Easy.
Just plays at a nice pace, good shot fake, reverse layup with the right hand. Super smart.
19 points for Costello.
Jambo's got to get this team together. He's one of the experienced players.
Keita just hasn't looked the same player tonight as he did against Nigeria. Kebe up ahead to Fofana. Well, they're just Cote d'Ivoire just running Mali out of the gym right now. Kebe again drives in.
Kebe, great attack. High off the glass. Foul called on Benke Diaruma.
Here's the look at Costello's layup, one of his many baskets tonight.
Yeah, it ended up as a simple play, but he had to start from outside the three-point line and just a quick attack. Great footwork. And he takes the blow.
I think he might be feeling, might be a little bit bruised on his arm.
Yeah.
Judging from what he was looking like.
They may rest him up now. Getting ready for the Nigeria contest.
Good hustle, Jambo. Now Sirman Canute. Keita. Fofana. Now Kebe and the Elephants. Well, this is getting ugly quick. Mali needs to regroup, or this is going to be really ugly. Koulibaly, another 2.
That's beautiful play. Great to see the pass into the post and then the quick pass to the cutter. And no reaction from the Mali defense, which is really worrying, Jeff.
Jambo fouled. Fouled by Ba.
And Jambo just getting to his spot there. Stopping the bleeding for a moment for Mali. Really tough day at the office. So there.
Look at this again.
A little jump stop, and then he spins. And then that fade and the 6'10" long arms. He got caught on the elbow.
Thing is, if you're playing defense, there, and again, if you're lowering your arms like that, it's kind of a easy call for the ref.
Got to keep your hands up as long as you can, and it's not always that easy for the guys.
So 60-30, Cote d'Ivoire. I mean, yesterday it was close games was the order of the day. So far tonight, that has not been the case.
Teams have been dominant tonight. That's Mali's first point of the quarter. And look at the triple team. This is more like it. Great job.
Yeah, much better. So that gets Mali the ball back.
Coach Boubacar Kanouté has got to want some sort of reaction here. Look at the basket, Peter. You're a dominant offensive player.
Here's Zazua.
Nice.
Not so nice on the release. Ball goes out of bounds.
It was a good first part of the move, and it wasn't such a good shot, unfortunately. They retain possession.
So Diabate is 34 years of age. And Sirman Kanouté is what, 19? So he was twice his age, really. It's pretty amazing, isn't it, when you look at it like that? That's what's guarding him. And he gets the pick, though. Makes it a little bit harder. The blocking foul on Koulibaly. Sets the pick and rolls.
I'd like to see that again, because we only see just seeing the ball going out of bounds. But again, another screen leads to an offensive foul. And Boubacar Kanouté, it's down to the players. He's saying all the right things. They've got to deliver. Nice down a little bit on the dribble there.
Called back in the game. And here's Kanouté. His pass batted out of bounds.
Good defense again by Cote d'Ivoire, just doing enough to thwart the Malians.
Professor Fofana, I guess Cote d'Ivoire want to pour it on against these guys. I don't know if it relates back to the qualifiers or maybe the last AfroBasket, but there seems to be no let up. But you can't really have a let up when you have a shot clock, can you? 24 seconds. You got to play.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily a case of running up the score. You got to play.
There's a nice left-hand finish by Koulibaly, loose ball, and just get it, Mali.
Kanouté for three.
That's better, and Fale Kanouté. Now Mali got to play some D. Pressure the ball, there we go. Good job by Eddie.
Eddie back in, by the way, after his nasty fall. So that's good to see.
Diabate.
Sirman Kanouté didn't time it right, but then he was fouled anyway by Fofana. So Solo Diabaté got off the bench and got the immediate assist. He's had a good game tonight.
Yeah, he is. He's the Ivory Coast microwave, always ready, always heating up. He's caused a lot of issues for Sirman Kanute.
Well, that was another dodgy pass by Sirman Kanute, which has caused
it is just
that caused
pressure.
a turnover.
Pressure, maybe pressure the occasion, but he'll learn from these tough moments. It's just going to be how he responds now.
Kanute guarding Fofana.
I think with Sirman Kanute, say you compare him with who we just saw at Darrow, who's obviously a little bit older. Some of the other young players, Habibana, Kaluma. Okay, Kaluma has a more prominent role with Kenya, but they're not being relied on so heavily to bring the ball up and make things happen. They can just play off the experienced players.
Although Kaluma's more, he's certainly not the finished product for him, but compared to Kanute, he's far more advanced in my opinion. But
Sure.
then again, they play different positions.
Sure, yeah, oh sure. And he's 6'7", and all being well, when he gets to Creighton, he will be doing great things there.
Well, he steps back, puts up the jumper.
Again, tough move, a lot of dribble, no ball movement. And you obviously hope, and so do Mali, that he's going to knock that down, but I just think he's got to initiate maybe the pass or get a pass in a cut, some sort of action.
Yeah, Sirman Kanute's going out again. And coming in is Traoré. So Traoré on Diabaté. And it goes, and with Kawasi with the dunk.
Yeah, high flying. Kayate.
Yeah, I just think watching this, I think if you're going to play Sirman Kanute, you're going to play him in spurts.
Yeah.
As you look at this this play by Kawasi, this dunk.
Yeah, that's
I don't think he's
big
ready
time
for
shot.
this level yet.
Not the amount of minutes that they're asking him to play.
No.
You know,
No, not at all.
because you don't want him to lose his confidence and
That's true.
lose his focus and then start playing tentative, because he's played his best when he's really gone for it, attack the basket or making strong threes. But let's listen to the Mali timeout.
Attaque là, on met quand même débrouiller d'honneur. Mais le problème est défensif. Parce que vous pouvez qu'on a doué en coup facilement. On a un problème. Avec la solution sur l'attaque là, mais entre défensif et main. Il faut avoir défensif.
So there's the timeout, and there's Sirman Kanute. It's tough at the top, and you know this is the top of AfroBasket, and Cote d'Ivoire, one of the top teams here, Jeff. Should they be looking? They're going to win this at the moment, unless there's a miracle comeback from Mali, and they'll be definitely getting into the quarterfinals.
Nice follow, hitting the rim, Sidibe.
Big throw down. That is much better for Mali out of the timeout.
Well, did not get it across in time. Diabaté.
No boxing out. And a throw down by Boubacar Sidibe, and he needs more of that. Again, another angle. He's way above the hoop for the throw down.
Oh, Kante. Passes it back to Traoré, now Jambo. Diabate drives in. Ooh, would have been nice to see him make that.
Yeah, strong drive from Diabate. Sidibe with the foul. Again, the lane opens. Sidibe just too late coming over, and he's swiped at Diabate, knocked him on to the floor. .30 lead. This is getting ugly.
Seems to be quite a bit of support for Solo Diabate here tonight.
Yeah, popular with Cote d'Ivoire fans.
Traoré from New York. Oh, that's a nice release. Why hasn't he been playing?
They just needed some players out on the floor that are going to make something happen. Jambo with a steal.
Oh,
I mean, that is going downhill at pace.
yep, exactly. Get the man in the game.
Yeah, Namakan
Instead of
Traoré.
persisting with what we've been watching tonight,
Yeah,
to put it mildly.
It's not been good enough, and Mali will know that, and so will the coach.
Here it is again, look. So he
Good
takes
attack.
off and earns a trip to the free throw line. That's what you like. That's not what you like if you're a Mali fan, this free throw. Well, try to get it back to, 25-point deficit by the end of the quarter, maybe a little bit less, then chip away and see what happens.
Yeah.
Show some pride here, come on.
Traoré, 3 minutes he played versus Nigeria, no points, so get him in the game.
Now it goes off of Guietti. We see Mali play like this in spurts.
Yeah.
And then we get a timeout from the other team. And then they come out, the other team is a little bit better, and Mali kind of fades. So let's see what happens here. Conte doing a little bit too much dribbling. Ooh. There's a trip to the line.
Persistence in the end, Mamadou Kanouté. There was an awful lot of dribble, no ball movement, but
Yeah, that's a good
got
call.
what
There's
he
a
wanted.
lot of body there. First one's good. Conte is the one that's kind of, if Kanouté is on the floor, he's the one that's not playing. And he has been like the lead guard for quite a while. He makes both. Hand off. Guietti goes up. That's a little bit better. That's it.
Kiradio just couldn't get it to finish.
And Kanouté misses the three, but the long rebound out. Much more energy now. Much more determination.
Where was this sort of energy when the game was still on the line? They've got it back to 25. Quick timeout called. Eddie with the foul.
So Guietti goes over to the bench, and Cote d'Ivoire will just try to come up with a little something here just to make sure that this Mali team doesn't get the ideas of having a famous comeback.
Already know. We all know. So we don't give him the ball right here. We don't give him to drive him. You control the game. Okay? You control the game. Venga. You can take it out. Yes. The two. No, but it doesn't matter. No. What I don't want is him to drive. You drive. Okay, you are in charge of this. Okay? Venga, you run the team. You run the team. Here, be solid. Just solid defense. Solid. That's all. Okay? Let's go. Venga, 30 seconds. Venga.
1, 2, 3. Let's go.
Well, they've done the, you know, they've done good work to get up on top by a big margin, and you don't want to let that work fade away. You don't want to win by 10 or 15 when you can win by 25 or 30.
Yeah, absolutely. It sends a message to the other teams in the group that this Cote d'Ivoire group are ready to challenge.
Conte only makes one. Back to a 24-point game now. And they might get the ball back. I think you get a stop here. Diabate attacks. Oh boy, silky smooth.
It's a great move. Got all the way to the hoop, right-hand layup.
So the Diabate basket gives them a 26-point lead. Here it is again. Look at this.
Yeah, just beautiful little crossover. Radio, vital experience for him, Jeff, in his development.
Yeah, it certainly is useful. Although Konate has come back into the game along with Costello, so they're going to get a few more minutes, as well as Kebe and Kawasi.
I think they just want to get this score out of sight.
Oh, nice pass down low, and Costello adds another 2. He's into the 20s now, 21.
Great pace on that pass, that's what made it. Jambo just couldn't get round to get his hand on the ball.
Costello for 3. Jambo, now they need to push it quickly. Conte pulls up. Chasing the basketball.
Great.
Trying to bring some energy, but bumps him out of bounds.
Good intent though from Traore, good energy.
Here's Costello again. Bounce pass, this time it gets away from Kouassi. Oh, look, great hustle by Kouadio.
He's quick.
Look at this.
He's coming from a long way back and just, wow, jack in the box. Well, the foul must have been underneath there. Yeah. Mali Traore with the foul.
So we're back to 25 points to deficit, 8:45 remaining. Mali trying to get the good vibes back before they have to go up against Kenya.
It's, Matt Costello's tough. Misses the first effort, but he's first to react. Tidies up the glass for his own 2 points. Double-double, Matt Costello. 21 points, 10 rebounds.
An offensive foul. Sidibe.
More frustration for Mali. And again, Jambo's made Costello miss.
So it was because of that rebound off the attempted block that he was able to get his double-double.
Yeah, great play, great reaction.
You think he's working for his stats there?
Yeah. Oh, definitely. He could have made that first shot. I could have made that first shot from here.
I don't think he's that type of player.
No, it certainly doesn't seem it. A good fit for Cote d'Ivoire. Really good fit.
Well, there's the young Kanute looking at Konate. Missed the jumper. Here it is again. And I think that's going to be goal interference.
Yeah. The hand was through the basket from underneath. And again, Costello just quick to catch the rebound and then straight into his left-hand finish. Can finish with either hand. He's a highly skilled player.
It's going to be interesting to see how he plays against Nigeria, which will probably, the thing is, Nigeria, Amokbo.
Yeah, they've got a couple of guys that can
potentially
deal with him.
Yeah, but even so, I would expect him to do it. Konate for three.
Looking up into the audience again, just a great guy to have on the roster. Whenever you need a bucket, some inspiration, he'll deliver and he drains that three.
Conte with a pump fake. Costello is altering that. Nice bounce pass. Oh, Koulibaly lost it out of bounds. This is Konate. You see the pump fake. Conte bit and just left it wide open.
Yeah, great fundamentals from Konate.
And once again, as you said, un beso para su mujer. A kiss for his wife. I'm not sure how you would say that in French.
I think we're about to find out. Well, whatever the case, there's a lot of love for this Cote d'Ivoire team from the crowd, and they are delivering
How good can they be, though, against Nigeria? I'm really curious. Nigeria, kind of a mystery team.
Yeah. They've played.
They're 2-0.
Yeah.
Oh, Koulibaly misses the dunk. Costello, oh, this is going to take him up. Nope. That would have given him 28 points. And a foul called. You know, Nigeria didn't really lay the wood to Kenya until late, and really also against, and they really do put up a lot of threes.
It's a lot of penetrating kick, transition, hustle defense. So if you can take away the three, you've got Costello and Koulibaly you can deal with.
Nice play on the inbounds pass.
Yeah, I think it could be a good matchup.
Kuruma, after the great drive, here he is again, takes the bump. And Konate, see if he blows a kiss after that. Commits the foul.
Sloppy play from Cote d'Ivoire there. Konate coming over, just committing the foul.
Good play by Diaruma.
They've got to keep fighting, Mali, because they're going to have a fight on their hands against Kenya.
Yep, they need to form that habit. Jambo goes out. Koulibaly comes back in. Also, Kanute comes back in. Sirman, the young man.
Yeah, Konate and Costello can now sit and rest up for what should be a thriller. We hope it's a thriller against Nigeria.
Well, a lot will be at stake, that's for sure.
Yeah, winner of the group will be decided in that game.
I suppose that's it for Costello, so he's going to have to settle for 25 points tonight and his double-double, rebounds. The players that are going to be tested, I think, for Cote d'Ivoire when they go up against Nigeria are going to be the guards. Kebe is going to have a lot of pressure on him. Diabate as well. And they're going to play the line share. I mean, Zazou is not really a ball handling guard, so.
Yeah, they're going to have to be very careful bringing the ball up.
Yeah, I think bringing the ball up is going to be a chore, as we've seen. So, Solo Diabate's been there, done that before. I mean, he'll be ready to, he'll be excited to face the Nigerians, shall we say?
That would be a great challenge for the Les Elephants, for sure. And Koulibaly, the line just at the front of the rim.
We've also got Pamba. Maybe he'll handle the ball some.
Yeah. If they've got 2, 3, 4 guys who can potentially do it.
Costello will have to help out. Yeah, really depends how much pressure Nigeria want to put on them. I suppose they'll be looking at it like it's their biggest challenge as well to this point.
Great job.
And Keita gets the layup.
There's the pressure and the urgency.
Professor Fofana has his pass intercepted. Alley-oop, and that was there for Koulibaly. Just couldn't quite catch it.
Zazou attacking the basket there. Too much physicality in the Malian defense.
4:55 remaining in this game, which has pretty much been decided since halftime, or before, the way that's kind of unfolded. Teams retreat to the bench to listen to their coaches.
Okay? You can run by the baseline, okay? You can run with the ball. Okay, you can run. So you two here, Buff in the middle. So we want to pass the ball to Buff. If we are overplayed, they play double team. Okay? We can pass here, they double team. We can pass, easy pass or pass here. And then run. And then on, we want to play something that I can recognize. Okay? So if we play motion, we cannot. I don't want you to pass and then slow down and slow down. I want to sprint, and you will start. Let me know.
Defense, 1, 2, 3. Allez, petit, vas-y.
Coach Lethcano wants to see some hustle and execution at the end of this game. He wants to sign off in a good way. And I'm guessing we're not going to see any more of him, Costello.
He's been superb. Left hand, what I like about him, he can finish with his left hand as well as his right. And great range on the three-point shot.
Kebe loses control, and Canute does a great job of using his body to at least get to the free throw line.
And lots of fight being shown here by Mali and Cote d'Ivoire, just switching off. Diabate having to come back in, and they don't want to limp over the line here. Cote d'Ivoire having been so dominant for the bulk of this game.
Well, Lethcano takes out Kebe, not happy with that pass.
They leave young Kouadio in.
Oh, look at Canute. He got over the line too fast.
Great effort, though, to get that rebound. Again, coach will be saying, where was this effort, sustained effort earlier in the game?
So Guilletti back in as well. So shot clock winding down. Game clock, they got it over in plenty of time. Cross court, Guilletti, back to Zuzua, and Solo Diabate. Quick pass into the middle, turns it over.
There's no angle on that pass.
He might have to put Kebe back in for Solo Diabate.
It's not a good sequence of play for Cote d'Ivoire here, really sloppy. Coach is going to have to get back on him again, make sure they finish correctly.
Little jump hook from Diaruma.
Now Mali can't miss. Benki Diaruma. 8 points, 8 rebounds now.
Both these teams playing out the end of a blowout. Fofana makes 1 of 2.
I think Mali, this is their last big push. They've just got to make every shot they look at. Suleiman Canute could do with rediscovering his three-point form. And Keita's just struggling. That's a good pass, though.
Diaruma, yeah. Was not able to really fashion a good shot there. Now Guilletti off to Fofana, blocked by Koulibaly. And now up ahead to Diaruma, and has it knocked out of his hands by Zuzua.
Great hustle defense there by Zuzua to stop the big dunk. Again, that would have been a big momentum swing for Mali.
That was a great block by Koulibaly.
Yeah. Not in this house. Left-hand block. One of many great blocks at this competition.
So Suleiman Canute at the line, and well, he's had an interesting game. 13 points, 4 assists, just 4 of 11 from the floor. A little bit out of control at times.
He just needs to just tighten up that ball handling. He's great when he's in the flow and they're playing up tempo and the defense isn't set. He's great and he's made some big threes. But if it's the offense isn't going, this is where he can really affect the game. That's hustle back on D. Get right up in Diabate, even if you end up fouling him, show him intent. Don't let him boss you.
Fofana
there we go.
his options. Now here's Canute again in the open floor.
Good D by Guillet, he's really strong there. Move the ball, that's it.
Koulibaly. Oh, interesting player.
Yeah.
Can't quite get it to drop. So the foul called as Zazua earns a trip to the line. Maybe a little generous.
Well, he's made the refs have to make a decision. He's really attacked the basket. Matt Costello just sideline resting up. Gives Cote d'Ivoire a totally different dynamic, Costello. And they've utilised him really well.
I think, yeah, he's probably the type of player that can find his way around any offense quite easily.
Yeah, he's a high IQ player for sure.
Just like you're a high IQ commentator. Is that right? Here's Guy.
I have my moments.
Guilletti.
I'll leave it at that.
Oh boy, fouled by Tandina, shooting the 3.
Yeah.
The finish to this game is moving at a snail's pace, I have to say.
It is. It's a little bit stop-start. And it's going to be 3 shots for Zazua. Tandina with the foul and the overextension on the closeout.
Here goes Zazua. At least he doesn't take a lot of dribbles. 1. That's it.
Again, another missed free throw. Jambo gets the loose ball.
Keita crosses midcourt. Over to Canute for 3. Good.
There you go.
This is 4th.
Semi-transition, in rhythm, not having to think about what he's doing. Just lets it fly. 22-point lead.
$17 points for Canute. Zazua gets the 3 right back.
Yeah, he stepped up. They've got to keep having players coming off the bench to maintain this lead, and Zazua's doing that.
Jambo shielded, forced to turn, take a difficult shot by Fofana. Diabate turns it over and up to Siriman Canute. So he goes to 19 points.
Diabate again, dribbling towards the sideline. He had nowhere to go. Good defense from Mali, great hustle. Easy 2 down the other end, so they trap. Sideline is their friend. And nice layup by Siriman Canute. So he's got the last 5 points. Good character shown by the young player.
The only thing is, do you think the scoreline flatters? I guess he came out and hit those early 3s. Here it goes again. Another one. If he can consistently hit that shot, that'll be tough.
Nice give and go.
I think Diabate is a little bit angry because they didn't call a foul, so now he's going to take it out on the opposition.
Yeah, that is the modern game just typified there. Give and go, could have made the layup. No, kick it out to Diabate. Three's better than two. Beautiful shot. And you're right, I think Diabate was not happy with the getting the ball, having the ball taken off him. The smiling assassin back at the bench.
Diabate only with 15, in fact.
On fait stagger d'abord pour Vier. Après, on fait stagger pour bas. Bas, c'est la terminaison. Corner 0 degré là. Voilà. Ni bola ni masa la peine donc mami. Et puis écran est Jambo il va là ça. Jambo, tu montes en haut pour tirer, OK? Voilà. Allez, attends. Allez là-bas, allez là-bas. Allez,
So Cote d'Ivoire will finish this game, then get ready for Nigeria, and Mali will get ready for their do-or-die game against Kenya to determine who goes into the quarterfinal classification, or classification for the quarterfinals. Qualification for the quarterfinals. That's it. Keita explodes, and now a break for Fofana.
Yeah. Beautiful up and over there by Fofana to avoid the defense. That just settles things down for Cote d'Ivoire. Oh,
three-pointer from Kanute.
Fally Kanute, they've just not played at a high enough level for long enough, Mali, today, and they've paid the price.
Yeah, not nearly enough.
No.
Zizou, another two for him. I mean, they've Cote d'Ivoire scored 90 points.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's way too many.
That's way too many for a Cote d'Ivoire team.
Yeah. Well, way too many for Mali to defend. Hello.
Yeah, that's back-to-back for him.
Yeah, so they've got guys that can come and play. It's just about, in this tournament scenarios, is getting the right guys on the floor. Two beautiful shots, nothing but net. And Fally Kanute right at the end of the game.
So that's it. It happened eventually. It came to an end. Cote d'Ivoire got on top early and never looked back as Fofana dunking pretty much to put an exclamation mark on proceedings. They had their chances. They will go into their battle of unbeatens against Nigeria with a chance to win and qualify for the quarterfinals. Cote d'Ivoire win it 90-67 over Mali.
There's some of the stats. Cote d'Ivoire 56% from two, 40% from three, 8 from 20. But just put into perspective that Nigeria shot 45 threes in both their games, 93s in two games. So something for Cote d'Ivoire to think about. 53 rebounds for them, 26 assists, and 21 turnovers. They actually had 6 more turnovers than Mali. Costello, 25 points. Double-digit rebounds, outstanding by him. Diabate Fofana as well. Kanute 19 and 12, leading the way for Mali.
Look at that, Matt Costello leading the dancing post-celebration dance. We didn't know he had that in his arsenal, in his repertoire.
I think he's probably had to learn pretty quick the various dance moves for Les Elephants, and just a professional performance by a dangerous team, Cote d'Ivoire. Smiling Diabate, Guiedi, Costello, Kanate, they're a happy team, a happy campers, and they seemed it that first day we saw them, Jeff, on the Monday when the FIBA media crew were doing all their videos and photos for the website.
Correct.
They were loose and they were ready, and well, minimum they're heading to the quarterfinal classification game.
Yeah, now comes the significant test as we see some of the highlights.
Yeah. There was some good play from Mali, but it was just too late in the contest. Great over the top by Mali's 99.
Yeah, there was a lot more disappointing play I felt from Mali tonight than positive. I mean, in flashes you might see something, but nothing that's gonna help you win basketball games here.
Not today. Too many turnovers, and well, as I say, Cote d'Ivoire more turnovers than Mali, so that wasn't the major issue. And then a great up fake. That is just textbook by Kote as the defense comes flying over, and he makes the shot, and he sends the kiss to the crowd. But I like Cote d'Ivoire coach. He did not let him off the hook.
No, he knows that they need to have good habits. They need to run good sets. If they don't do it now, they're not going to do it in 2 days.
Ignacio Moya needs a lot of credit the way he's managed his team through this. And then Mali went on a run. They took Costello and Kote out, and Diabate then had to insert them back in when Mali went on their mini run. Made a couple of threes, and the two there, and the block by Diarama right at the summit. That's just great defense. It's what Mali are going to need when they play Kenya. And then Fofana with the open court slam. Nice pass ahead. Siriman Kanouse's think I'm not going to try and take that. Fofana unimpeded for the slam.
So that was it, and as a result, Group D, Cote d'Ivoire and Nigeria at the top at 2-0 each. Mali and Kenya 0-2 after today's results, and of course it's Nigeria, Cote d'Ivoire in 2 days, and a couple of days also Mali and Kenya will play for that third and final spot to advance to the qualification for the quarterfinals. So one final time, Cote d'Ivoire win it 90-67 over Mali. One big one coming up now, South Sudan and Senegal.